Well guys, we're not at the mobile home today, but we are in our mini mobile, that's what we call this. This is our storage building trailer that we have on our property back at home. And you might be wondering why we're here today instead of the mobile home, making progress on that. The reason is because we're doing a big spring clean out and we ordered a dumpster. So we have a dumpster right outside. We've been cleaning out our yard, getting rid of all the piles of debris, because when you have renovation projects, you have piles of debris. And since we have the dumpster, we said let's get back to this project temporarily. So we're going to jump around a little today because we want to gut this room. And I thought it'd be fun to take you guys along. So it's pretty simple. Half the room is already gutted. You can see some of the walls are already opened up because we replaced a door there. We put a window. On this side of the room, we had to pull off all of this paneling because we had to replace a lot of studs. And on this wall, we rebuilt this entire wall too, because behind there was the old bathroom, which we converted into a storage closet and had to reframe all of that, put up new walls. So you can see we don't have too much more to do, but we have to finish pulling up the old laminate floor. We have to finish stripping down these walls. I think we're going to throw away all the insulation. Is that right?
Yeah.
And we're going to pull down the drywall ceiling while we're at it because we just want to have this ready to go for a fresh start. So I'm going to throw my respirator on and go right into it. Well, I'm going to start with these ceiling lights. Here we go. Oh, look what was inside this one.
Ew! You weren't gonna tell me about that?
What do you mean?
Come on. Look at it.
Oh, I wanted to see if you'd grab it.
Yeah, I saw it.
Come on. Well, that wire wasn't properly stapled in place, was it? Let's see where it goes. Yeah, goes up to the ceiling truss. Going smooth so far, but this drywall right here, it actually carries on over the top of that wall into the hallway. So what I have to do is actually cut it along the wall. I'll grab the oscillating tool and cut it out so it can fall down without leaving a big jagged edge. And the same thing for this panel. That's why I didn't touch it yet, because along the wall it actually goes over the top plate. So we have to cut it back, I believe. Let me check it. Yeah, definitely goes up over there a ways. So let me run the oscillating tool along these walls, and then the rest of this should pop out pretty easy. That right there is a piece of wood paneling that extends from the closet that we built. So that doesn't come down. That actually gets nailed up and secured to the ceiling, and that will be part of the new ceiling. So that can stay. We got most of the ceiling down. Just some little crumbs we have to deal with. Staples, a lot of staples. But it's looking really good. No damage, no problems. Okay, the room is gutted. This is pretty good. I'm happy with this. There's always going to be a lot of little things that we have to do. Like I said, staples, glue, junk on the wall, on the studs. But we can call this gut complete. Now, the insulation, I'm not going to touch in the ceiling right now. I'm not sure if it's staying. Mostly it's good, but it's put in very sloppy. Huge gaps, not efficient at all. I mean, I can look up and just see the roof through gaps this big. So I'm tempted to pull it down. The only reason I don't want to is because then there's nothing between the roof and inside here, and it could get pretty hot in here. So I'm going to leave it for a moment until I decide what I want to do up here. But what I am looking at is the floor. The floor is in pretty rough shape. They had a laminate flooring down with the moisture barrier. But what happened was the moisture barrier was actually trapping moisture in the subfloor. And so the subfloor is rotted and moldy, really moldy. And I think some of it just has to come out. So I'm going to look at this and see what needs to go. I think it's pretty clear that right here has to go because it's all decayed. I don't know if you can see it, but it's all holes and pitting. Over here you can see a lot of mold, all that darkness in the wood. Boy, the whole floor trapped moisture from that underlayment. Some of it can be cleaned with a mold killer, and some of it we're going to pull out. Let me get some lines drawn on the floor of what I'm cutting out, and then we'll go from there. Well, I think we're done. The room is gutted. We're going to take a break for now. And the rest of the floor, we can work with it. We can clean it, kill the mold. It's still solid. So we're going to have to start piecing this place back together so we can make use of this room. And it's going to be really cool. Well, I'm back all cleaned up and feeling better. Had to take a shower after that mess. That insulation in the floor is the worst. I've never seen fiberglass insulation decay like that has. Speaking of fiberglass, I'm telling you, I'm probably going to end up pulling down some of this insulation at the very least. It's poorly done, and I'm not happy with it. But we'll wait a little while. I have time to make that decision. We just got the dumpster. Believe it or not, the dumpster is almost full already. We've been working so hard just cleaning up our property. We had debris piles that we've been kind of storing up here and there, and it's amazing how quick they fill up the dumpster. And it was a 20-yard dumpster. I'll have to show it to you. But the property's looking much better, much cleaner, and we made huge progress in this room today. Now, this room isn't a huge priority right now, so this isn't something we're going to be like focused on. We just wanted to get this done so we can get all the cleanup and garbage out of here taken care of. Now we can kind of put this aside for a little while because we will be getting back to the mobile home to work on that. And this building is just a storage building on our property for now. And this room specifically is going to be just a clean space for some things that we don't really have room for in the house. For example, we would love to have a sewing area. We have a sewing machine and we keep it up in the loft because it doesn't get used often. And when it needs to get used, we have to bring the ladder in, climb up into the loft, get the sewing machine down, find a spot to set it up. It's kind of a hassle, so we're not like into crafts, but we would like to do things like sew when we need to. So that's one thing that Evie, my wife, she wants is a place for the sewing machine so we don't have to always put it away, take it out, put it away. And she'd love to get more into that and be able to make things, customize things. Now, the other thing is she loves her photos. She builds photo albums. And one of the things I wanted to get for her for a long time is a photo printer. So like a dedicated printer for printing photos, as well as a negative scanner. So she can scan her negatives and then print photos whenever she wants. That would be huge for us because right now we send our film in for developing. It's pretty expensive and it's slow. And we still have to get the film developed if we take pictures. But if we just had the negatives developed, it would cost less. And then we could use the negatives to print our own photos anytime we wanted, as many as we wanted. So I've been wanting to get a photo printer, but we just don't have a spot for it in the house. Our house isn't huge, and we just don't, where do we put it? So we would love to have a photo printer, negative scanner, sewing machine, that kind of stuff. It's not going to be a crafty space. It's just going to be a clean space for things that we don't have room for. Maybe even some puzzle storage in here, because I will tell you, our house is overrun with puzzles. We have more puzzles than we know what to do with, so we would love to have a spot for those. So just, again, odds and ends, clean storage and clean space for other projects. A project space, we'll call it. So that's the plan for this room, and when we get there, we'll get there. We made it another step forward, and we can be happy with that. So I think that's all we have for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.